Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Livabuhay. Today I will let you, my viewers, guess what is this kind of orchid. Actually, I love orchids. I usually collect the orchids that has smaller, tiny flowers. I don't know why, but I just like them. Even though I like orchids, I don't really know all the name of them, especially the scientific name. It's different names, different varieties, and all this stuff. Not all people who love plants can really identify all the kinds of plants. Sometimes I can tell the name and then I can forget their names. But especially orchids, they have some kind of scientific names or common names that I can easily forget. So please, if you are one of those viewing now this video, I would be very thankful if you can give me the name of this orchid. I just bought it yesterday, and when I look at it, I was just, oh, this is really very nice. So I was thinking, I want to buy it. And it was like 3 colors there, and I was just attracted to this color because it's a combination of a little bit of kind of pinkish, and most of it it's like maroon color. So I know a lot of viewers, people here in YouTube, are experts and knows a lot about different kind of orchids. I know a lot of people are collecting orchids, and they can really, those collectors, they can really know the names of every orchid they have. I am not that kind of person, even though I love orchids. I just love the form of their flowers. It's just so amazing. So I will actually show now. It looks like that. Now I got a very good angle of it. So before they bloom like that, they will look like that. They look like that. And when the petals will start to bloom, it will be totally open. It looks like that. And it's just so beautiful. The color of this orchid is just so beautiful. Taking care of an orchid, a lot of people say it's very challenging, but actually if you just know some tricks of how to do it, it's actually almost the same like what you do with your other plants. During the dry season or when it's summertime, of course, you need to water your plants a lot of times, even like every after 2 days, and it's because of the heat. If it's warm, then the plants can dry up easily. But if you live in a country where you have the winter time, like here in Sweden, then please do not water your plant every day, is because their roots will get rotten. And for those who doesn't know, if you really notice, a lot of orchids that grows in the tropical areas. I am one of those. I had seen orchids growing like in the forest. They grow wild, and they were like very near waterfall, and it's just so nice. And the reason why they thrive and they really love those places, it's because it's the humidity of it. It's like they get the heat of the tropical weather, and at the same time it's humid, and they love it. So if you have orchids inside your house, it's kind of, you have to try to like imitate that kind of environment. And it means that never let your orchids get dried up. Because if they're dried up in a day, well, maybe they can survive, or yes, they usually can survive if it's totally dried up on a day or two. But after that, they can actually die if they are dried up for like a week. So sometimes we have a tendency that we also water them too much that they can also be drowned. And the trick is that try to have something under it that will hold the water. Actually, as you see this is actually a mug, a tea mug. And yes, I still have it here. I have to take it out. Yeah, yes. Here is the name. Why didn't I look at that? I never think about it. The name of this is actually Cambria, Nelly Isler Orchid. Okay, maybe I just let it be there. So I have it there, and then I can just have, like a name. So, if you are watching this until now and you still cannot say the name of this orchid, then I will say it again. It's called Cambria, Nelly Isler Orchid. It's really nice. So, back to our taking care of the orchid. One thing you notice when you buy plants, you can actually hold it. You will notice that they are really using a kind of dirt or planting material that is very, very, how do you say it? It is a very easy drained potting soil. It's kind of a combination, But I will tell you, in the country I came from, the Philippines, I remember my mom has a lot of this kind of orchids, but she actually used a coconut husk. And every orchid, she actually wrapped it round on a tree and have coconut husk on it. And this material, if you look at it, is almost like the same, right? So if you don't have actually the coconut husk, you can actually collect somewhere else in your garden, under your big trees, or you can go to the forest. It's not so bad if you can just have some of it, because anyway, you will just, mix it. So it's kind of, you can actually mix it. And here you can see there are also some of the, how do you say it, tree bits. So it's kind of combination of it. But if you live in a tropical area where you have a lot of coconut, then it's no problem. You just have this coconut husk and then you have it there. And be sure that you don't leave your orchids very dry. And it's because if they are totally dry for a week, your orchid will never like it. You have to water them. So they like it when it's moist and humid. That's what they like. But do not just like drown them with a lot of water. A lot of people will wonder actually how will you do it if like this, you put it this. So here, my very big mug, and you might wonder, you might wonder why I just use it. I didn't throw it. Actually, I think it fell down and it was like cracked there. So like my husband was supposed to throw it, but then I said, no, I can use it for some plants because it's actually beautiful. A very big mug, and then you put your plants on it. So what you do actually is that to avoid your orchids to be drowning in water, if you pull this out, you have an area there, right? So you have the area there. You can actually put some stones there down, like you put your stones somewhere here. So when you water your plant, the water will just be drained, going there. So that if there are times that you forgot to water your orchid, you know that it's kind of wet in this area. So if you have something there, any material you can use, small stones, whatever, some woods, the water will stay there and it will give moisture to the plant. The plant itself will suck the moisture from there. It's sad because I don't want to go out now and take some small stones, but I hope you will understand. They will suck the moisture from there. So the plant is not drowning, but at the same time, it's not getting dried up. So that is one thing I can actually give you as a tip. So as you see here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 stalks, and they are continue to be opening here, and it's really very nice there. And the thing that is nice with these orchids, I remember my mom has a lot of this, but they are yellow, and this color is really very nice. That one, I really like it. I wish I can find the yellow one. And I can remember in the Philippines, they grow everywhere. My mom has a lot of them, you know. It's just so plenty. But here in Sweden, it's not cheap. For me, this one cost me 150 Swedish crowns. It's kind of 15 US dollar. And like, 5 to 600 pesos in the Philippines. And that was not cheap. It's because in the Philippines, you can just ask for it for free. I know some of the friends of my mother will usually go there. Oh, you have a lot of it. Yeah. Oh, can I have some? And you just can divide this. You can actually divide this plant in two. This one, you can just divide it there. But actually, it's not good to be dividing plants all the time because they don't like it. They actually don't like it. Of course, you can divide it when you see that they are already crowded in one place where you have them. And then you can try to divide them so that they will not be, they are fighting for the nutrients. So like if you can divide them, especially if you have them in a potting way like this, then if it's already a lot there, then you have to divide them, or you might transfer it to a bigger pot. And that is for the sake that the plants can really have the nutrients they can have. If you wonder, some people, how they get that their plants or orchids specifically get a lot of flowers and all these beautiful green leaves. The plant nutrients, like people, they need also vitamins. They need also the nutrients for them to grow very nice and healthy. You can actually buy any plant nutrient or vitamins or whatever food plant supplement in any store where they are selling it. And it's not only plant stores or boutiques that are selling, even grocery stores now who are selling plants. In fact, this orchid, I actually bought it in a grocery store. And that grocery store, they usually sell plants too. Those kind of grocery stores, they are not only selling plants, they can also be selling planting materials, soil, and plant nutrients or vitamins or food supplement for plant, as you call them. So it can really help, and of course, watering. But I will tell you, I forgot a lot of times. So all my plant here inside, they don't actually get the vitamins and nutrients like every month. No. Usually there is a plant nutrient or food supplement for plant that you can actually give like once in 2 weeks or once a week. But I will tell you, I think it's like 3 months already that I never give them. All I do is just I water them. And from time to time I take out the leaves that are not good anymore, because when you see a plant and one of the leaves get dried up, you have to take it out, because it's one thing that your plant will really feel good. You have to take out the withered leaves, And then a little time from time, I will tell you, I talk to my plants. Sometimes I just tell them, you have to grow good. You have to be good or else you're out from here. Yeah, isn't it crazy? But then, of course, having plants, taking care of plants, collecting them and taking care of them, they give you back something. All of these plants are air purifying plants. So especially if you live in a country, an area where you cannot open doors, it's because it's just so cold. So we have heaters on the floor. Plants are really very good because they can help purify the air inside your house. So this area actually is a living room, and I have a lot of plants in here. And there are times there was even my areca plant there. As you see, the leaves are getting fewer, and it's because there was 2 weeks I was sick. I had a very bad cold. I was lying down on the bed for 3 days, and I totally don't have I just forgot my plants and forgot to tell somebody to water it. I'm the only woman in this house, my husband and my 3 boys, and I don't know, nobody will ever see that the plant is so dry except me. So when I was feeling well, I just realized, oh my God, my plants are just so dry, so I have to water them. But one thing you have to pay back. When your plant get dried up, it really affects your plant. It will really drain them and they get shocked. And what will happen? The leaves will start to be yellowish and then kind of brown. And some of the leaves can't really make it. They will die. In your plants, you will really see that it really affects your plant. And it happened to me a lot of times. I don't know if the time will come that we will be traveling. I have to find a reason, a way that I can really have the plants not to dry it up and do it yourself watering system. So anyway, I hope you like these orchids. Just put your comments. If you're not yet my subscriber, please subscribe, and then this will not do harm to you. Subscribe, 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 and we help each other to grow our channel together. Again, this is Evelyn Obliva Buhay. I hope that I will see you again next time. Same place. Bye-bye.